Okay, this is what we call the people I love. Let's hear it for all the academic poets who write stilted, self-important confessional verse. They read in public in monotone voices, they like me. Making no effort to connect live, because of course, no worthwhile audiences exist outside of esoteric academic journals. Let's hear it for the slam poets who put their whole body beyond their brains into their work. Let's hear it for the nude poet anti-slammers. It takes considerable courage to take off your clothes in public when you're 25 and gorgeous. Let's hear it for the postmodern deconstructionist collegiate careers on a tenure track, dedicated to what matters, fostering economic equality, banishing bias, but only in language, because we all know that reality only exists in language. Let's hear it for the vegetarian vampire poets of the co-op, who very publicly refuse meat and dairy while they show up their elegant leather sandals. All they're saying is give peas a chance. Let's hear it for...
Who should we hear it for?
The dizzy hip neo beats, because no one has ever combined jazz with poetry or eulogized Monk before. We all know that Miles 2 always stays static. Let's hear it for all the poems who toss out verbal landmines gather way before they go off. And the bomb. Let's give them all a hand. This is the first poem I had published. The night rainbow ceased to exist. Somewhere there's a place condoned by a church that isn't a church. Something word reaches it that never existed, even though it exists, and it disappears. Another day, a group of theologians that aren't theologians recite the Lord's Prayer, but never Lord's Prayer, and they too ceases to exist. Deep in the bowels of hell, a heretic who isn't a heretic smells when he hears he's no longer a heretic, and he reappears, even though he never disappears. In the newspapers, reports on early reporters report the charlatan was born by Jesus. The word reaches the blind boy deity, can't help but die again, even though he's already dead. He frowns and ceases to exist. Thanks. This is kind of nasty, but...
Yay! I really like nasty.
And I know. I had to write as an assignment, it was Buddha who did it, which was to write a whole poem. And I had an artist do an illustration and go with the poem. This is the painting. And it was about her name is Carolyn Curtis Magri. She teaches in a prison in Manchester. And we've done a lot of collaboration. Did you get it? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Audience.
So, poetry. It's a prose poem. There was a dirty snow white dwelling somewhere in the horizon, in the middle of nowhere, where outsiders and freaks of nature congregated to spread their psychosis. The house contained pieces of panoramic photos, chunks of Fuseli-like paintings, and broken, jagged pieces of sculpture that hinted that art once existed. Somebody heard that art would be returning, so a whole pack of society's most carnivorous zombie rejects showed up and sat in wait. The house, the inside used to have bright colors, but the paint eventually flaked off like dandruff, or faded over the years to a cadaverous pallor. As the directionless derelicts waited, they consumed large quantities of exotic dark drinks and deep red elixirs in tall glasses, and every illicit substance imaginable, both legal and illegal. Fungi overspread on the rotting trees outside, and the house fell into disrepair. Eventually, all the attendees died of alcohol poisoning, malnutrition, lack of brain activity, or diseases brought by intercourse to death. Maggots set up shop in their toenails and empty eye sockets, while gnats buzzed around their putrid, rotting heads. Dung beetles with fashionable French names devoured their feces. Eventually, the city got wind of what happened because of complaints about the overpowering stench. They took out the horrid grinning corpses and incinerated them with little fanfare. They demolished the house. At that moment, art arrived. This is an old kind of romantic poem, but I like the response the woman wrote better than the poem, which I brought it. Reggaean goddess. She glides in grace, and her opulent, towering, crimson mane touches the heavens, while the incandescent sunlight gleams off her flat, put-on staccato nose. Arrows of light bounce off her pallid, Reggaean-like complexion. Her green eyes are portals to the beyond, infinite, eternal feminine. High priests come daily to give her offerings, tokens of their affection. She remains unaffected, proud and passive, irresistible and irrepressible. She is every man's waking dream, the birth and death principle. She's Isis, Frigga, Gaia, Cleopatra, Demas, and Angel, combined in the same icon. One dialectic, two unified oppositions. Thanks. 1201. Sonny's mom told him that if he said the word hell, he would disappear. So naturally, he said the word hell, evacuated without a trace. Search parties scoured the streets, mountains, and months on end. There was no sign of him. I don't know where he is. I sure hope he bought an air conditioner. Just taking a turn for the worse. So, this is a poem I wrote for JJ. My friend who hates movies. Poem for my friend who hates movies. Cry with incandescent Elsa. She chooses between the man she loves and the man who loves her, while the engine roars. Get a ticket to see Jake LaMotta get pummeled and crucified for her sins in black and white. Hold your armchair tight as Catherine drives her car and lover into the water, sinking all hopes of a happy ending. Cringe as the camera zooms in and it flies up, buzzing around the severed ear. Grin with satisfaction as a deep, silky voice finally says, "Give me a whiskey, ginger ale on the side, and don't be stingy, baby." I can't really do garble.
Sydney Grape Street.
Her accent. Stand back while Mookie throws a garbage can through the pizzeria window and shatters the glass, purging his pain with violence. Cover your eyes as a man watches the female figure fall to her death for a second time. Spread your arms to catch the baby carriage as it falls down the Odessa steps. Feel your heart dissolve as the burly strongman Zampano hears the humming of a familiar song. Smile and Shirley as a once blind flower girl sees her humble benefactor for the first time. See the iridescent crying Buddha man fall off the mountain and feel yourself submerged in a wave of tranquil detachment. As the faces of Alma and Elizabeth merge, feel your own personality fall away. It becomes one with the unknowable transcendence. Take a road trip to deep, dark, bleak Xanadu. Never has something represented nothing so well. Is this not the Word made flesh? Is this not the gaze of God behind the lens? Thanks. When I taught a film class, I put all the movies I taught in the poem. So, speaking of teaching, professing arrogance. Community college prof, winner of many awards, careers workshop poet, suddenly gazes at a student and thinks, he's taking creative writing, but isn't even majoring in English? Amateur. He'll have to work extra hard to pass my class. He chats with her friend, the neo-Lacanian deconstructionist, pro-porn, post-feminist, $100,000 a year, resident writer who dabbles in new historians of language poetry, and he intentionally misses the appointment with a student that's struggling. That's okay. So what if he isn't into teaching and never goes to his office? He's a genius. Like Staff Forum said so. Thanks. That's a poem I wrote for Effie. It's really envisioned as a dance poem, but it didn't work out. The music didn't play right, when he actually used a dancer for it.
I thought I was going to say, I thought you needed a dancer for it.
If anyone wants to volunteer.
Is it fast or slow?
Something that pipes of Pan. And I listened to this Moroccan group, I think the name of the band. They did the Pipes of Pan, and Brian Jones recorded them. You know what I'm talking about? Or?
Oh, yeah, I do. Musicians of Judy Buddy.
The Mass Musicians of Jujuko. That's it. CD player clicks open, button is pushed, audience size, expecting transformation. Soft pipe begins, or rapid footfall, then it all changes. Tribal drums fade out, then return. It's like they're here and now, only illusion. Drums begin again, slowly at first, then pick up, pounding, furiously. Background sounds like wailing, bangs in the distance, like sound before time was time. Supple, grass skirt wearing jukas, materialized from hazy nebulous past, swaying, swaying, fiercely to the rhythm, swaying, fiercely to the rhythm, kicking out their legs, swinging their arms, shaking their drums to the rhythm. Bow-headed deity, father of skins, father of fear, appears hoping can be redeemed in the summoning. Can robotic, mental hygiene, dancing, cure minds, grown too modern to feel? Not now. Poet is devoured whole by audience and spit out the pieces. Thanks. Ruth of the Universal Secret Order of the Lamprey. Long-haired girl, woman struts in, wearing tall boots and a mauve leather jacket, proud as Nico amongst the art pieces, remnants of a dead civilization, reminders that art once existed. Big-eyed, full of wonder, this quiet, bubbly, effervescent, buoyant living spirit of the 60s, reveals herself in conversation as eagerly and joyfully as a child unwrapping a present at Christmas. Thanks. Okay, should I close or?
I was going to say one more.
All right.
It was a great closure.
Viva Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas, Viva Alan Vega. Let's play suicide, let's play suicide. Oh, hello and goodbye. Good boy and hello. Cunning, leopard, request, pickle, satchel, crawling, stalking, hiding, holding hairpiece, generating jello. Let's run in the forest. In Carolinas, translucent, transatlantic, transsexual, transubstantiation, linguistic, rhetorical, phantasmagorical, antiviral masturbation. Nuns on the run have been fun, whining, fricking, bootlicking, James Carville, James Carville, James Carville, James Carville, James Carville, Meg McCarville. Don't needle me, it's not my bag. And Kate Columbus betrayed me. Dover Beach, Dover Beach, Dover Beach poets. Putrid agricultural, venereal hatred is so intrusive, elusive, don't be so obtrusive. Beating rhythms, electric flag, avenue, acid, speed zone, no passing gas. I'm on the phone, I'm on the phone, I'm on the phone, neglected, flying, crying, motor vehicle, rover, Kristen Glover, Kristen Glover, Kristen Glovers, eternal mud cake, mugwog, really good contraption. Went on a cafeteria date with Robert Rauschenberg's 13th floor, snowblower, music machine at the Earth's core. Had a squirrel fricassee with Mr. Mustard to give it some flavor flav. Came to the same conclusion, collision, fission, and my dog day, curtain hop, Eddie Clearwater's revival, afternoon, and Grand Funk still smells like dead skunk. Hello and goodbye. Thanks for the fructose juice and Jory graham crackers. I'm not the manic, I'm the disclosed recipient. Hello, John Jordan.